We need a place that allows us to have a discussion about what human rights, what diversity, what respect for others means for our city today.
The proposed exhibition will present a pioneering focus on the Holocaust, other genocides, and human rights. It will feature upstanders, those individuals who refuse to accept the status quo, and inspire us with a call to action. The tour will begin in the Orientation Theater, which serves as preparation for the upcoming visit. The group will be seated in an intimate theater where the opening movie will raise a series of fundamental questions. The audience will see scenes from recent world events and be asked, why should I care about people killing each other in faraway places? Why should I get involved? Why should I raise my voice? The Holocaust will then be presented as the paradigm of human destruction, and several questions will be posed. Why should I care about an event that happened over 70 years ago, in a distant land, and to a people not my own? How does this affect me? Finally, the most vexing question will be raised. What can I do to make a difference anyway? The dramatic entry into the Holocaust exhibition will begin with a visceral exposé on Hitler's worldview. A huge sculptural book will graphically highlight quotes from Mein Kampf and Hitler's other writings, revealing his view that the elimination of the Jews was a good in and of itself, indeed essential to the survival of humanity. Upon entering the main exhibition on Germany, visitors will see a floor-to-ceiling model of the Brandenburg Gate, replete with German flags, the swastika, and other Nazi paraphernalia. Through image, text, and testimony, the visitors will see how the Nazis came to power and initiated their assault against the Jews. Upon entering the Poland exhibit, visitors will be led to a seating area to view a film on Poland, home of the largest and most vibrant pre-war Jewish community. Stories of hiding and rescue, partisan and spiritual resistance, life in the ghettos, including the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising, will be told. The end of the ghetto section coincides with the entrance into the rail car. Dallas was the first museum to bring an authentic rail car to the United States. This rail car will also be a dramatic anchor artifact in the new exhibition. Exiting the train into the Killing Center exhibit, the visitor will see a collection of suitcases suspended from the ceiling, representing the chaos that accompanied the deportation process. Along the far wall of the exhibit will be a section devoted to each of the 6 killing centers, with maps and explanations. Liberation will be the final exhibit of the Holocaust section and will visually juxtapose the joy the victorious Allies felt at the end of the war in Europe with the bittersweet experience of survivors. In the aftermath of mass destruction and illustrating the need of the world to build a scaffolding of universal justice, the exhibition will segue into the Human Rights exhibition. Over the vigorous objections of Churchill and Stalin, and at the insistence of President Harry S. Truman, the trials of major Nazi leaders were initiated in Nuremberg. The central element of the Human Rights exhibit is a Greek portico which inspired author René Cassin to give the Universal Declaration of Human Rights its structure. Together with Eleanor Roosevelt, they based the Declaration on 4 foundations: dignity, liberty, equality, and brotherhood. The Genocide exhibition will introduce Raphael Lemkin, renowned as the man who formulated the term genocide, the murder of a race. This exhibition will present 10 distinct genocidal events. This formulation will allow visitors to gain an understanding of the progression and unfolding of genocide, as well as the ability to identify its early warning signs. From this global review of human rights, we will transition to the greatest experiment in freedom, equality, and human rights civilization has yet produced, the United States of America. The portal to this exhibition will be through a gateway called Pivot to America, which will showcase documents produced at the founding of the nation. The major thrust of the presentation will instill in our visitors the understanding that these documents and their ideas are as relevant today as they were when first written. Passing through this gateway, the visitor will enter the main exhibition, featuring 4 immersive interactive media stations, each focusing on major events in American history, from slavery to the Native American experience, Latino and Tejano history, the Civil Rights Movement, a history of women's rights, LGBT rights, the ongoing stain of racism in America, as well as current struggles to live up to our founding American ideals. Situated in a small amphitheater is the museum's Beyond Tolerance film, which opens with the question, is tolerance the best we can strive for? Visitors will view a presentation that illustrates how all of us become prisoners of stereotypical thinking and bias, and points out the warning signs for the onset of such behavior.
We all have to be part of the solution. I've said this time and time again. I put this badge on to serve and protect, not to hate and discriminate.
The crescendo of the exhibition will be a literal call to action. Visitors will be presented with examples of individuals and organizations that have made a difference, that have called attention to evils, alleviated suffering, healed the wounded, and charted a path that did not give into despair or apathy. The reflection area is meant to provide a place of quiet reflection and to allow students to express any thoughts or feelings raised during the museum visit.
I'm actually of great hope that the students that come and the visitors that come to this museum will actually create a community and an environment of upstanders.
In addition, the reflection area provides a place for the original memorial items made and collected by the founders of the museum. The proposed multi-story space will serve 200,000 visitors annually, more than doubling the current attendance capacity, and will include state-of-the-art facilities.
We envision a community change for the better, more sensitized and empowered to positively respond to the moral and ethical issues of our day.
Reflecting the purpose of its founders, the Dallas Holocaust and Human Rights Museum's mission is to teach the history of the Holocaust and advance human rights to combat prejudice, hatred, and indifference. The exhibition will end with a call not merely to remember the past, but to transform the future, a challenge to visitors young and old, and those who will share in its creation.